watching the American on ESPN. Softball coverage day 2, and now quarterfinal round action. Mother Nature playing nice tonight as we gear up for Charlotte and Florida Atlantic, two of the recent powers of this conference. And as we know, Championship Saturday right around the corner. Here's where we sit in the league right now. All chalk in the bracket to this point in the tournament. Top seed South Florida and Wichita State waiting in the wings after a rain-filled Thursday here in Greenville. Thanks for joining us at Maxar Joyner Family Stadium with Maria Travelpeace. I'm Evan Budrovich. Florida Atlantic's been the darlings of the American the last 3 years, but no tournament title. Charlotte has that experience in a fun matchup tonight.
Well, both these teams have had so much great success in the NCAA tournament after the American Championship, but both of them trying to get that tournament title under their belt. They're going to fight for it tonight.
If Charlotte wants to continue rolling in this tournament, they need a lot of production from Tegan Ritchie.
Tegan Ritchie has the power for the 49ers. 16 home runs on the year for the junior. Her bat has been explosive and providing pop in this 49ers offense when they need it. But what's impressed me most with Tegan Ritchie has been her defense. She has been so strong over there at shortstop. The 49ers will need that today against the Owls. And for Florida Atlantic, you can't talk about this team without talking about Autumn Courtney. She has been so dominant in the circle since transferring over from Queens. A 2.61 ERA. She'll try to shut down the Charlotte 49ers here tonight.
Time to punch a ticket to the semifinal round. Niners and Owls, two of the traditional powers of the American. When we come back. This Charlotte 49ers offense, second in the league all year in hits and slugging. So much power with Tegan Ritchie and Jenna Lord. Double-figure home run threats in the middle of Courtney Brialt's lineup. Their challenge is an All-American pitcher and a stud in this American Conference at Autumn Courtney, who's done well in the regular season, now wants to replicate that in the tournament.
She did well a year ago, too. She has that screw, rise, and curve, and she'll hit speeds between 61 and 65, but the strength for Autumn Courtney is the way that she spins the ball. It jumps late, lots of break on it, and that's why she's been successful in the circle.
And let's say hello to our friend Savannah Collins.
Well, it has been so interesting to hear how each head coach has embraced their seating and schedule in this conference tournament. FAU head coach Jordan Clark talking about how they're relieved to be the number 4 seed. She talked about this team just hasn't done well in the past as number 1 or number 2. Waiting until Friday has not been good for them. She even talked about the beginning of the season, ranked number 1 in the American preseason polls. And people asking, what's wrong with the Owls? She said, nothing. We always like to say we're going hunting. And this year we're being hunted. that feeling is very different. This team wants to win, and the thing that's been elusive to them is a conference tournament championship. They like this spot that they're in at the number 4 to make their way to Saturday.
Excellent point, Savannah. And Owls are nocturnal, so these late night games be right in their favor. Florida Atlantic won the regular season series over Charlotte. The top seed, Ken Erickson's South Florida team, waiting tomorrow to see who they face. Olivia Williams, a stud defensive center fielder, gets things started.
And Jordan Clark has talked about this all season long. There's a lot of seniors on this team as well, Evan. And so when you're playing with all of that pressure and the pressure of, hey, this is my last time stepping on a ball field, it adds up, and it's how you respond to that. Do you rise to the occasion or crack?
A 2-1 count to a Charlotte offense that waited until the 6th inning last night to score 2 runs and put away Tulsa late. A bunch of pitcher's duels. Yeah, the first day of this tournament, 2 walk-offs as well. Florida Atlantic watched the carnage unfold in front of them. As Courtney gives up a pop-up here from Williams. And there's the first out with Foran out in this Florida Atlantic defense that not only the best fielding team in the league, but one of the best defensive teams in the country.
It was a point of emphasis for the 49ers coming into this season. Courtney Brielt saying, we took a look at what we did last year, and we believed as a team we could be better defensively. So there were a lot of extra efforts put into making these 49ers defenders at a higher level than they were a season ago.
As the all-conference Jenna Lord slots in, we're starting at 6 o'clock tonight because Mother Nature had other plans. Rain all throughout the day in Greenville, North Carolina, pushed our noon start time back a little bit. Good news, cross our fingers, we hit everything in the building. We're in the clear for a little window here, so we're going to play some softball and see what happens tonight. Lord goes hacking. Another quick test for Foran and left. This is where Courtney dominated Charlotte in 2 big wins, 12 innings of 1-run ball, and they love her ability to rise in the zone and get a lot of pop-ups tonight.
Well, it's that spin that we talked about, the way that she's able to move that ball through the zone. It's hard to get a full bear, but you'll see these Charlotte hitters early on popping up and getting underneath it.
The flags are misleading in Greenville. Half the time they're blowing left-right, they're blowing front-back. Anytime you see a flag, you can't always believe it, because yesterday the wind was blowing in. Today it's going out in the hitter's favor so far. And here's another pop-up. Nice recovery from Yates behind the plate. Helping out Florida Atlantic with a clean inning. The Owls hit next. They're ready to dance here on ESPN. Here's Jordan Clark's order for Florida Atlantic. Top 2 in doubles, hits, and a really good K to walk ratio. Jessiana Mora, part of the all-conference team in RBI department. And this is a lineup when they are rolling offensively, very dangerous this time of year. Just a game over 500 in the conference, and now face Taylor Jones, who earned the lone win for Charlotte when these teams met in the regular season. Grew up an hour and a half from Greenville and nearby Wake Forest, and now gets the ball in a big spot.
Well, it's all about matchups when you get to the postseason. Who did well against each team in the regular year? And obviously Taylor Jones, as you said, seeing success against the Owls, so she gets the ball here. tonight.
Works right away to Bella Foran. The elite speedster and great trendsetter in this Florida Atlantic order. The Owls, who shined in the first 2 weeks, so impressive with top 25 wins racked up, but in league play a little up and down, and Coach Clark noted in Savannah's hit the advantage of being the underdog as opposed to being the hunted the last 2 years.
Well, I think for this Florida Atlantic team, the last 2 years, even though they were at the top of the American, they were still somewhat of an underdog. They weren't proven yet. They felt like they had to continuously prove to not only the American but the country, like, hey, we can compete with the big dogs here. We're worthy of an at-large bid, and so they've done that. They've shown that they can compete at a high level, and because of that, they've become the hunted. And so what has fueled them in the past has been, hey, we're the underdogs. We have something to prove. And now the script is flipped. So how do you then manage all the pressure that comes with that?
Foran hits one to third. There's Jenna Lord, 2 all-conference players going back and forth for the first out. When Lord is holding court for this Charlotte defense, her and Richie are dynamic. These are elite defensive teams, especially this time of year in the tournament. And
we'll mention how good of a hitter Jenna Lord is, but we sometimes don't take a look at her defense, and that's been an aspect of her game that has improved so much this season. Courtney Brielt saying that, again, the team as a whole worked on their defense, but Jenna Lord has put in so much time in the offseason making sure that she is elite over there at that hot corner, and it's paying off.
There's the redshirt junior, Kylie Hammonds, who's taken a huge growth in her power department this year. And Coach Clark was talking about the challenge of the staff, saying, why can't you be a power hitter? Not just a slapper. Develops into an all-conference player, now 9 home runs. What's this one playing? I love the discipline in year 3 to take that adjustment and grow on it as a hitter.
She has so much athleticism, and the thing about Jordan Clark is she's going to get every ounce of energy and potential out of you, and so that's why she challenges Kylie Hammonds to be better. She's saying, hey, I know you have the strength in there to do this.
Patient take from the first-team all-conference slugger. That energy from Coach Clark is infectious. Even go back to the Miami, Ohio days as a player. You can hear it in every conversation. There's a quick ground out for the veteran win over there first. Savannah had the game-winning hit last night that kept this thing rolling for Charlotte.
Taylor Jones going to work some more drop balls and a curveball. She'll utilize that off speed as well, so that's why we saw 2 quick ground outs from the Owls.
Jessiana Moore, but they call her Jessie. Everyone's got a nickname in these programs. Coach Clark loves her mentality as a hitter. It's really growing for the Florida native, who flies one to center. Good coverage by Williams out there. Quick start for both pitching staffs here in game 1 of the night.
This is where success is earned, never given. Where character and grit break the status quo, and competition drives ambition. Ignited by innovation, united by mission, bold in service. It is set in stone. One footprint, 15 world-class institutions, one conference. This is the American, built to rise.
Season 2 of Athletes Unlimited Softball League. Loading 6 teams take the field in their home markets. Each stacked with a lineup worthy of the spotlight. The AUSL on ESPN. This is legendary.
The stars of the day shining in the pro world. AUSL gets off and running. Move over, Willy Wonka. We got some fun golden tickets, too. And Savannah, you know plenty about this.
Totally. Watching those 17 golden tickets roll out over the last 2 months is so exciting. I mean, it's not often that a player gets to be in front of their teammates, friends, and family and kind of have their dream come true moment. And it's all going to kick off June 9th. Super excited right after the Women's College World Series end. We'll roll right into that pro season. And the superstars that we've watched across college softball in their senior seasons will have the chance to continue their career with the AUSL. 6 teams are going to play all the way to the end of July. Just super excited that softball doesn't have to end in Oklahoma City. It just keeps on going throughout the summer for our pro teams.
Yeah, thanks, Savannah. The draft was earlier this week, so go online and look up those rosters. Listen to the new additions. Is Audrey Wilson, the stud catcher, 11 home runs, prolific power in this Charlotte order. They've had 60 bombs as a team. That one finds the bat, though, of Audrey Wilson. Good coverage from Autumn Courtney.
Autumn Courtney does a great job of tunneling her rise ball, which means that she can start it in multiple locations. So it might begin at the knees and rise into the zone for a strike. It might begin at the belt and rise up over the hands. But because of that, you never really know how you can adjust and swing at it. She did that right there, jamming it in on the hands of Audrey Wilson.
Here's Sydney Lewis, the former All-Big Ten standout at Maryland, and has been an impactful DP bat in the middle of Charlotte's order. She was a spark plug yesterday with her energy. Reached base 4 times and was flexing like Hulk Hogan all over the place.
Listen, she got a walk. She ran down there. So much excitement, and you need that in those games that are close, especially late in the innings.
Franklin, Tennessee product. Lines one to left. Good coverage from Bella Foran for the second out. This Florida Atlantic defense can fly. They've only made 28 errors all year, which is hard to fathom in a 50-game softball season.
It's the outfield for me as well. There's so much speed out there with Hammonds, Varan, Gibson. They cover so much ground, and it's helpful when you have a pitcher like Autumn Courtney who's going to produce a lot of pop-ups with that rise ball, with that spin, for them to be able to back her up and come up with those plays.
London Dirks watches the first pitch strike. Veteran Charlotte order, and Dirks one of 4 starters in Coach Brialt's lineup. London's played every game the last 2 years in the outfield. Such a weapon. Takes one up this time. And here's Autumn Courtney coming off the All-American season in the circle, and Coach Clark even noted her best starts have come down the stretch. We're seeing last year's version of Autumn at the most important time of the year. Including a quick 2 innings. Here's a pop-up to right, and that's tracked down by Gibson. All pitchers in control early as the Owls hit next. Championship season continues in the American. May 20th, right around the corner at Baycare Ballpark. Clearwater looks beautiful right now. All games on ESPN Plus and the championship game on E! News. Get Get that bracket ready. American.org. We're 2 weeks away from the baseball tournament. There's some big series, including here in Greenville this week. Rice comes to town against East Carolina. Pirates currently second. UTSA, the darlings of the super regional team. They're the best team right now in the league. And what a perk with the new bracket on the baseball side to have that top 2 seed.
It's just so much fun to watch that tournament unfold. And as you noted, and we've been talking about all week, the American with multiple teams who have the ability to compete not just in the championship, but in the NCAA tournament as well. We saw it a year ago, as you said, with UTSA.
There's a slow roller from Chloe Yates. Nice snap by Gerald, and her arms come into play.
Not only just the arm, Evan, but how about the range from Jayla Gerald over there at second base? That ball was laced up the middle by Chloe Yates, and Gerald taking a great angle, throwing off that back foot, and the quick release as well. So mechanically sound over there at second base.
And that win reaction at first base. She is a stud senior over there, cheering up her hype woman and Gerald.
Courtney Briel just saying how much of a team player Savannah Wynn is, and how she would do anything, not just for Coach Briel, but for every single woman on this roster. And you see that nice little reaction to what her teammate does over at second.
Out in front is Yanni Guzman, the Florida native in her senior year. The bat hasn't been stellar, but her ability to play great first base, Coach Clark was raving about her defense, her leadership, a lot of the glue pieces that Florida Atlantic needs.
And those are the intangibles, right? You can't measure that with the batting average. You need to have some of those people on your team who can lift the others up when things aren't going your way, and to have great defense and a great leader at first is huge.
That smoke to third. Look at Jenna Lord to the turf. Make a nice play.
Back-to-back beautiful defensive plays from the 49ers. Again, Jenna Lord this time ranging to her side. Look at the way that she dives to keep it in front. And what impresses me the most is that strong throw over to first base. And again, you got Savannah Wynn over there hyping up her teammates.
Now Lily Holche will test this defense all the way around. 32 RBI. There's a lot of prolific hitters in the middle of this Florida Atlantic order. Arizona State transfer gets ready. And now a 2-0 count. Lily bet on herself, and Coach Clark noted if we win this championship, Lily's bat will be huge down the stretch.
Well, earlier in the season, when Florida Atlantic was playing some of the best teams in the country, it was Lily Holche who was having 2-3 hits a game, and not just singles, power, doubles, RBIs. She can swing it with the best of them, Evan, and if her bat can get hot at the right time, it'll be exactly what Florida Atlantic needs to win a tournament title.
3 top 50 wins for FAU, and that was critical this time of year, getting big victories, and here's a walk to Holche to get on with 2 outs.
And Jordan Clark talked to us about that as well, is can we get back to that team that we were in those non-conference games? I think it was the first weekend out. They beat 3 Big Ten opponents who have gone on to see success. And so this team has the capability to be one of the best in the country. They just need to play at that level.
And in that stretch, gave top 10 Florida State everything they could handle in a tight game in week 2. That's the kind of team that Florida Atlantic can be. Trying to tap into it here in Greenville, North Carolina. Destiny Johns gets her first swing of things in the tournament. And there's a strike from Taylor Jones, who dealt back in mid-March when these teams met. 7 innings, 1-run ball. That was the lone Charlotte win in the series. And by that win, Florida Atlantic clinched the 4 and avoided playing yesterday, when Charlotte had to beat Tulsa late. And how tight this bracket was between seeds 6 and 3.
The parity in this league has been insane all season long, and that's why Florida Atlantic, thinking they're probably going to be a 5 seed, sneak in there at the 4 late.
Taylor Jones uses her glove as a weapon and knocks that down. Nice defense of the Niners here in the second.
I've made some friends over here in the FAU bullpen. I do want to say I'm not biased. Ansley Lambert and Sophia Camacho just told me that I look so cold that I had to put a windbreaker on. And it is cold today. It's 57, 58 degrees. It's a major change yesterday when you guys were telling me to put on sunscreen with my tank top on. So I'm with these Florida players because I'm a native Floridian too, and we were talking about just how chilly it is. A lot of them travel with their big dugout jackets. They have sleeves on today. So I'm thankful for them just helping me stay warm, at least while I'm on this side. But the one thing I do owe for putting on the jacket, Sophia requested that I tell her dad happy birthday. So happy birthday to him. Thanks to Sophia for helping keep me warm.
It's rain jacket season here. That's birthday season. We love stuff like that.
Happy birthday, Sophia's dad. Little shout out. Thanks for helping Savannah down there. I know she's probably freezing right now. She said she's from Florida.
Even the South Florida players are here watching this game. They're bundled up in jackets and blankets over there in right field.
I think what makes it worse, it's not only cold, but it's damp out there because of the weather that we've had here in Greenville. So lots of players wearing sleeves right now. And as you said, the Bulls bundled up.
Alliteration's on point tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
We had 6 hours to think about it with weather delays brewing. There's a foul ball off Braylon O'Hearn's bat.
Well, don't you know that what I did for those entire 6 hours was come up with witty puns and alliteration to use in our two broadcasts tonight? That's not what you did?
That's what makes these weeks fun. That was Chow Down Quesadillas pregame, gearing up for what could be a late night. East Carolina and North Texas close out the affair. And the sophomore of Woodstock, Georgia, which must be a great place to celebrate music, right? An elite scene down there in the outer Atlanta area. And how the Rally Spirit fingers are on in the Charlotte dugout.
That pitch from Autumn Courtney, rise ball high. It's so difficult to lay off of. O'Hearn, though, doing a good job to at least fight it off and get another pitch in this at bat.
There's a story behind this somewhere.
Savannah will be on it. But she's going to have to take the Florida Atlantic jacket off to head over to the Charlotte dugout.
Now, the better story is if she wears the jacket and goes into the dugout. It's 2-2 on O'Hearn.
I don't know if the 49ers players will be as receptive to give her some story ideas if she wears that.
So it makes these tournaments fun. Teams spend all week together. Now they grind it out in this pyramid-style bracket. Win and go home. Top seeds get a bye, and here's a swing and a miss. Good punch out for Autumn Courtney.
We talked about tunneling with that rise ball. How about climbing the ladder? She's ahead in this count. That one starts at about the waist. You see how much it jumps. No chance for Braylon O'Hearn.
Third in the league in strikeouts, and we saw Arlette Hernandez, the strikeout queen, go pitch for pitch with North Texas last night. Here's the senior leader, 210 career games, Savannah Wynn, battling the former All-American and the All-American Conference pitcher. Try saying that 5 times fast. And Autumn Courtney.
I think you should say it 6 times fast, actually.
There's a slow chopper. Flores all over it, 2 away. Courtney, to her credit, working very efficiently tonight.
She wants to start ahead and limit the amount of pitches that she's going to throw in these games. We saw that come into play yesterday when Arlette Hernandez had to throw in the second game of the day. Her pitch count got so high, and no matter how great your conditioning is, it's tough when you're in the 100 to 200 plus pitch range.
Oh, she was 276 yesterday.
Okay, so 300, yearly 300 pitch range.
Even the Billie Jean Fish didn't help out Arlette Hernandez, who was doing her best. There's a swing and a miss from Jayla Gerald. It's been a nice defensive play. Jayla was the co-freshman of the year a year ago, and a good sophomore campaign to build on it. Got a piece of Jayla on that ricochet.
It's tough. So much spin again, and because of that, runs in on the hands, and Jayla Gerald actually hit that off her helmet. All smiles, though, so it appears that she's okay.
Those Pirate kids getting ready for the nightcap tonight. Look at that. Florida Atlantic, ECU intermingling with USF. It's an American blanket. here at Joyner Family Stadium. I love it. They're all friends until first pitch.
Oh, absolutely. And then everybody's friends again after the last pitch, sometimes.
We had 2 teams go home last night. Actually, 4 teams total. And now down to the top 6 remaining. All the high seeds have moved on. There's the Pirates who play later. First pitch, but 2-2, called outside by Tony Williams.
Chloe Yates doing everything in her power back there to try to get a strike called for her pitcher. Certainly a ball, but love the effort.
Elite Charlotte offense against quality Florida Atlantic pitching. Strength versus strength here in the American. And a blast out of play. That has home run written all over it.
That's the danger of Autumn Courtney's rise ball. Yes, it is hard to hit. If you do make contact with it, though, it's high. It's in a great spot to put out of the park.
"17 wins from Autumn Courtney this year. She's pretty dialed in, but a full count to the 9-hole hitter, Jayla Jarrell. Courtney, who bet on herself, stuck around for that senior year, wanted to make an impact in Boca. Now here in Greenville, gives up a blast out of play.
And I love that this team had so many players coming back, a big core of the Owls team that won so many games a season ago, and she's a great relationship with head coach Jordan Clark and was ready to run it back for a second season in Boca.
Jarrell is peppering balls out of play. That 45-win year was a record setter for Florida Atlantic, right? And to your point, come up short in the tournament in that semifinal round. They get a chance to reach that tomorrow with a win here.
It's a completely different approach for Florida Atlantic. We talked so much about them being the #1 seed and losing. They're the 4. They can kind of do the lack of rust here.
Oh, nice effort from Guzman to track that down. All hugs from the Owls with 3 scoreless in the circle.
If you were tuned into the Charlotte softball game last night, this is a little bit of deja vu. You guys are at a similar pitcher's duel just like this. What are you seeing from your hitters because they're making strong contact to try and put something through?
Yeah, I mean, we're facing a great pitcher, and we've just got to do what we can to own our zone, stay within the zone, and attack good pitches and, you know, try to get the barrel out. We're kind of popping balls up. We've got to find a way to level that out, hit some hard ground balls, line drives.
And again, Charlotte Arms just coming out there and getting the job done. What do you like that you're seeing from the circle today?
Yeah, Taylor's doing a great job mixing speeds and just going at hitters, being in the zone, and she's got a great defense behind her, so hopefully they can keep it up.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Sydney Lewis, we see you back there having a blast. All energy from the DP behind Coach Brialt, year 2 at Charlotte.
She has energy everywhere, in the batter's box, behind Coach, bringing it all.
Be a hard player to keep out of the lineup, and a good bat as well. Here's a first pitch, perfect ground out to Savannah Wynn, one way.
But you need that, especially in these tournament settings where there's a lot of pressure. Everybody's pressing a little bit. There's some nerves. It's a 0-0 ball game again. You need a player who can loosen up the team and just keep smiles on people's faces.
Including Hannah Rivers. who's very familiar with this American Conference and has broken out as a starting shortstop. Hannah bet on herself after an all-freshman year at Mercer, makes the jump. And they were saying, clear and honesty, right? Kylie Chanel transferred out to Clemson. It's your role to win it, and Hannah's been excellent this year.
And Jordan Clark knew that she had to pick somebody and keep them at shortstop for some continuity. And Hannah Rivers, every time she was on defense, Coach Clark noted, hey, there's a different vibe out there right now.
That's pretty good, too. There's a line out to right. With that wind blowing like this, it's hard to find some real estate out there.
The wind has been crazy all weekend, right? You see the flags blowing out there. You're not sure which direction it's going either, and so sometimes it works with the hitters and sometimes it works against them, but either way, making it a lot more difficult to get the ball in the air in this ballpark.
That's why I like the mascots with the head, like the Roadrunner. I just follow the nose. The beak's going to lead me somewhere. Here's a quick grounder to short. And how about Taylor Jones going pitch for pitch? Autumn Courtney here through 3.
This game has got some pace. I was hustling over here, Coach. It's just kind of back and forth between these two teams. But the vibes are good in this dugout. What are you telling these hitters to stay engaged?
Yeah, I mean, they got to stick with the plan, and ultimately we talk about discipline, and right now we're playing into what Taylor does on the mound, and so we ultimately have to just stick with our plan. We have to trust it. We got to get deeper in some counts. Like, we're swinging early, which I appreciate, but at the same time, it's just not working.
Yeah, how do you not press in a game like this? You know, feeling the pressure and know you got to put a run on the board, but you got to stick to those plans, like you said.
I would love to say they're not going to press. We have 10 seniors, and they are playing to not end their careers. And so we as coaches are just trying to stay really calm for them and just understanding that it's what we're going to do, not what could happen. And so ultimately it starts with us. And so we're just trying to keep motivating them that, hey, we're going to do it. It doesn't matter how long it takes.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Jordan Clark tapping into her time as a 2-year captain at Miami, Ohio, trying to provide some leadership for this group that, as you noted, Maria, they've been the queens of this league last 2 years, 40-plus wins. But it's this tournament that's been their bugaboo, and now they play as the 4th seed tonight.
And it's tough. Jordan Clark makes such a great point when she talks about seniors not wanting their careers to end. I mean, there's an extra level of pressure to that when you step onto the field here.
Olivia Williams attacks the first pitch. How was your final game at Ford? Do you remember those memories?
So my final game at Fordham was fine. We lost on senior day, but I remember the final game of my career in regionals, and it is. You know that the end is coming, right? And it's sad. You spend your entire life with this sport and putting all your time and effort into it. Your friends are from the sport, and then it just ends one random day in May, and you're kind of unsure what to do next, right? So there's a lot on the line here for not just the Florida Atlantic seniors, but every senior that steps into the box in a tournament setting.
To your point, the AUSL's only for so many, right? And for everyone else, they're finding ways to enjoy these last moments with their teammates. I love the all-conference nod in your final year, too.
I was very average, but it was fun, for sure.
Jenna Lord has been above average in her years in the Queen City of Charlotte. Stud defender. The bats come to play with double-figure doubles and home runs. There's only a handful of players in the country that can say that. Now Jenna looks to break the Rubik's Cube. It's been Autumn Courtney tonight. Works a 3-0 count.
You have to imagine Autumn Courtney doesn't want to leave anything too fat over the plate for Jenna Lord because of the numbers that you just mentioned, right? She has so much strength in her swing and can hurt you in a variety of ways.
It's a good start for Jenna. And the first base runner now for Charlotte.
You can tell the selflessness, too, of this Charlotte team. Do you see how excited they are when they walk? They know the importance of base runners, and I think Jenna Lord knows that she has Tegan Ritchie and Audrey Wilson behind her, so if she can get on base, she can be a table setter in that 2 spot for some great hitters behind her.
Here's Tegan Ritchie with over 30 career home runs in her Charlotte tenure. Such a threat in the middle of this lineup. As Courtney dots one up. This is what you pay the big bucks for, right? Mano-a-mano. Ritchie, who had a grand slam on her senior day to close out last weekend at home against Tulsa, and now faces one of the best pitchers the last 2 years in this American Conference.
Such an aggressive hack there, too, from Tegan Ritchie, and I think that's how you have to bat against Autumn Courtney. You need to be aggressive and attack the pitches that are in the zone. You see some hitters in this conference who have done a good job of attacking all of the pitchers. So much power. Tegan Ritchie at the top there with 16 home runs.
We cannot wait to see that Wichita duo as well tomorrow. They're waiting for the winner of the second game tonight. Ritchie able to hang around. The Albemarle native has been prolific throughout her Charlotte career. Now 34 home runs, back-to-back years with all-conference type numbers. Works the count even here after the one-out walk.
You also see she has 44 RBIs, so has the ability to hit when runners are in scoring position to push some runs across, and it's such a great compliment to Jenna Lord, too, because you don't want to walk Lord to then get to the powerful bat of Tegan Ritchie.
Ritchie works the full count. Courtney was rolling 10 up, 10 down, looked untouchable early. Now a little sliver here for a Charlotte offense that's second in this conference in slugging and power in all these categories throughout the year. That's how they won their lone game against Florida Atlantic, popping the ball around the yard. Tegan, it's a hard shot off the railing here.
It's second time through the lineup for Charlotte, and they're adjusting to Autumn Courtney. So they know that she has that rise ball. The key now is to lay off of it. That's a lot easier said than done. But when you see something that's about belt high, let that go. You know it's going to jump up over your back.
Here's Courtney's payoff pitch. There's the patient take, and 2 on with back-to-back walks.
And there's the difference, right, from the first time through the lineup to the second time through the lineup. A lot of those hitters have been swinging at that rise ball first time through, and that's why we saw 3 straight pop-ups to start the game. Now they're laying off of it. So if you're Autumn Courtney, you need to figure out how you can start that pitch in a different spot. Maybe start it right below the knees and rise it into the strike zone, because now if they take it, that's strike 3 as opposed to ball 4.
So Nicole Newman chatting with the pitchers here. The AAC Coach of the Staff of the Year a year ago. And that pitching staff, Courtney was next level, but certainly it takes others involved, and a little bit of adversity here in the 4th after a clean first 3 innings. Also helps keeping Ainsley Lambert around with the program, too. 3 wins this year, but was a stud in conference play the last couple of years in Boca.
You want to talk about movement. Ainsley Lambert's ball moves like a wiffle ball.
Audrey Wilson gets hit on the thigh, and she's on. That'll hurt in the morning. They say don't rub it, but you can take it there.
Another screwball this time on the inside corner. Gets away from Autumn Courtney. Gets the back leg of Audrey Wilson. Definitely didn't feel too good on that one.
So the Energizer Bunny, Sydney Lewis, gets a big at-bat. And this Charlotte dugout is screaming their hearts out like T Swift just released an album. This place is going nuts.
I think that might have been my favorite witty comment of the week so far, Evan. A great analogy. I saw that perfectly.
2-0 win last night for Charlotte, trying for a lead early here. And out of play.
Sydney Lewis does a good job of laying off that rise ball on the first pitch and takes an aggressive hack at the second one from Autumn Courtney. Now, she knows that Courtney has her even. You have to expect that that rise ball is coming. Now, you need to decide if you're Sydney Lewis at what level rise ball are you swinging. If it's in the zone, you can crush that if you stay on top. But again, look at that patience from yet another 49ers hitter. Courtney unable to locate that pitch lower, so it's moving out of the zone.
3 straight walks. And now a pitch away from bringing in a run.
How about the discipline from Sydney Lewis? That last pitch she took could have been called a strike, but it's not a pitch that she can drive, so she lets it be.
The dugout is rocking. Here's the 3-1. Ripped behind the plate.
That's the cut I want to see if I'm Coach Brill on a 3-1 count with bases loaded.
These are the moments why Sydney Lewis transferred in from Maryland to win a conference title. The 3-2. This is town. And how about Charlotte working the count and scoring the first run?
Evan, there has yet to be a hit in this ball game, and already we have a team in the lead. Adjustments the second time through the order, whether you're the pitcher or the offense, are so important. Charlotte was not going to allow Autumn Courtney to make them pop out and strike out second time through. This top of the order doing everything they can to get on base. And listen, walks can equal runs. The 49ers exemplifying that here in this ball game.
So life in uncharacteristic ways, but it works this time of year. Agent 0-0. Keller comes in at first to run. And now it's London Dirks. He was wasting no time with that hack.
This is a great opportunity if you're Charlotte. You want more than one run in this situation. And so, yes, you need aggressive hacks, but again, aggressive hacks at pitches that are in the zone that you know you can drive.
That's the Autumn Courtney of old. When Autumn's dealing, so this staff as a whole leads the American Conference in K to walk. Don't give away free bases. Need one in this spot.
Here's the difference with that pitch. Do you see where she started that rise ball? Below the knees. Comes right into the zone and freezes London Dirks.
Bat finder.
But hey, you're still alive, right?
Yeah, a little
right?
smirk there from London. She knew it. A 3-year starter from Mocksville, North Carolina. London Dirks battling one of the best pitchers in college softball, Autumn Courtney, who's found some trouble with the walks tonight. And a close take to extend this at-bat.
Courtney goes to the curveball on the 0-2 pitch. If I'm her, I want that rise ball again that started low and went into the zone here with the 1-2 count.
These are really good at-bats from Courtney Brialt's lineup. Retired 10 straight, no sign of life. Talked to Savannah about the adjustments, not swinging early, and here we go, a great fourth inning.
You need to work the count deep in at-bats, especially Courtney as somebody who likes to strike batters out. She'll throw more pitches, but you have to make her throw more pitches.
Pitch 56 stays up, and it's a full count.
She's just missing with that rise ball. It's too high. There was the one that started lower, but besides that, just a little bit too much up.
Cruz through the first 3 innings, and now some adversity. How about a payoff pitch to London Dirks? Popped up on the infield. That's a fly. 2 away.
A huge out for Autumn Courtney and the Owls to limit that damage, keep that pop-up in the infield. She can work out of this jam and just give up one run. The Owls offense can help get this pitcher back in their game.
And with no hits, right? It's all free passes for Charlotte tonight. So Braylon O'Hearn gets her turn with the bases juiced. O'Hearn, no hits this year in bases loaded spots for all the power of this Charlotte lineup. Waiting on their sophomore to Woodstock, Georgia in this spot. Close misses from Autumn Courtney.
Talked about the hitter. Pitchers need to adjust too, and so if you're not getting that strike called, work with your catcher. Can you talk to the home plate umpire? Where am I missing? How can I get that pitch called?
Good use of the heat there. Hardest pitch of the night from Autumn.
She does have the ability to move east to west with a curve and a screw, and if she is going to miss with that rise ball, especially early in counts, if she can use that screw or that curve to get ahead, it might be helpful.
Good response, back-to-back pitches.
That strike goes to Chloe Yates behind the dish. The beautiful frame from her.
And Courtney's saying, hey, that ball's out. She's talking to the home plate umpire. But after 4 walks in the inning, now a fun battle, 2-2. Works it full again.
So much intensity and pressure in this inning on Autumn Courtney.
A grueling 4th inning on 3-2. Ends with a punch out. Autumn Courtney pitches into trouble, gives up that first run, but keeps it at 1. We'll go to the bottom half.
This is where success is earned, never given. Where character and grit break the status quo, and competition drives ambition. Ignited by innovation, united by mission, bold in service. It is set in stone. One footprint, 15 world-class institutions, one conference. This is the American, built to rise.
ESPN is your home for the Women's College World Series. Man, this month's great. May 28th, right around the corner at Oklahoma City, the mecca of that championship. ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2, we got you covered all through the month of May. And with regional weekend right around the corner, Selection Sunday is this week, folks. Don't go anywhere. Tournament Saturday in Greenville. We'll be here to crown the champion. And right now, if the season ended today, South Florida, Wichita State, both in that bubble conversation. And then you have teams like Florida Atlantic and Charlotte trying to crash that party this week.
And 2 teams that have made it to the NCAA tournament in the past couple of years, and so trying to punch their ticket back.
Look at Sydney Jones, all business. Taylor Jones, I should say, one away. Charlotte with its great run deep into the Durham region in 24. And Florida Atlantic, the last 2 years, they've been regional bound, both as at-large teams. Shows the strength of this American Conference, too, not just a one-bid league. And here's Savannah with more.
Well, this attitude we've seen from Taylor Jones today is exactly what Coach Brialt told me to expect from her. She said she's quiet, focused, stoic. She'll bring the fire when needed. We haven't seen it quite yet, but after a rowdy inning like that, she's who's going to step into the circle and calm things down for her team.
You can definitely tell that she is locked in, like Coach Brialt says, just pitch after pitch. She's worked so efficiently tonight.
We contact a second. Quick hands from Gerald, 2 away. And the game was still no hits through 4 innings. These defenses come to play.
I think Coach Clark made a great point, though, in her interview with Savannah earlier in this game about Florida Atlantic needing to see more pitches. They've just been attacking early, which, again, like she said, is good to a degree, but you need to work Jones deeper in counts.
And we just saw Charlotte work a 40-pitch inning in their own way, right, and score a run out of it with 4 walks. Chloe Yates in this aggressive Florida Atlantic offense. Held hitless tonight. The catcher goes over Jones, Matt. Oh, man, Richie, what a play! The stud shortstop robbing a base hit.
I thought we were going to have our first hit of the game, but Tegan Ritchie had other plans. The chopper up the middle, a beautiful angle with range and a strike over to first base. Charlotte leads 1-0.
TikTok celebrations. That's the spectrum of this American Championships. Quarterfinal round, winner takes on number 1 seed South Florida. And this Charlotte team, Maria, has come to play in a no-hitter tonight.
We'll talk about Charlotte in a moment, but do you know the name of that TikTok celebration?
No, I'm old.
Worth a shot.
I see it all the time, though, especially this tournament.
Follow up afterwards. And I want to.
We'll practice together.
Yeah.
We got some time in between games. Autumn Courtney, whose lone mistake is missing the zone with 4 walks tonight. Savannah Wynn starts the inning. The emotional leader of Charlotte. They love Sav in that dugout. It's a great pulse on the team. Started games during the championship run of 24 and has embraced all these different roles, including moving to first base this year.
She's willing to do whatever Coach Brialt needs of her, including, like you said, moving positions, but also just somebody that everybody can rally around. When I caught up with her after the game yesterday, she just talked so highly of all her teammates, and she had that sacrifice fly yesterday to eventually win it for the 49ers, and all she cared about was how can she help her team, how can she move them to the next round.
Get to those mini mic interviews on social media. Those are fun. Lynn gets a piece here.
We love a mini mic moment. We even have a little American branded mini mic flag, so we've stepped it up a lot this year.
And if you just get Soar the Eagle to fly into one of those interviews and land on your shoulder, I think you'd have it set to
I'm
go
going to
viral
send a
for life.
message to Soar right now.
Soar's enjoying this pitcher's duel. Here's a ground ball off Courtney's glove. Oh, man, Rivers. Oh, no pick, though. Guzman couldn't squeeze it. And there's the first hit of the game for either team.
Autumn Courtney tries to knock this ball down, but it's off the top of her glove, and Hannah Rivers right there, but throw a little bit in the dirt, and you see Yanni Guzman stretching too soon, and because of that, unable to get a good angle on that pick.
Well, we break the ice on the no-hitter, but still some work to do against Jayla Jarrell. She bunts. This is Mora. Nice effort and good coverage. Saw half the Owl defense scramble to third base right there.
I would have loved to see Destiny Johns fire that ball over to second base. You see so many athletes round second on a bunt. You can get them off balance if you can get that snap throw down there quick enough. But nevertheless, an out for the Owls, a much needed out as well.
Olivia Williams, who was high school teammates with her starting pitcher, Taylor Jones, goes to work. All at a Wake Forest, North Carolina. A good strike for the homegrown kid playing a tournament. First time in 4 years it's returned to the Old North State. And here's Charlotte making the trek 5 hours across. It's a long state, by the way. 9 hours from Murphy to Manteo.
I picked up on that.
That's why you flew through Atlanta. Saved you a little bit of time on the way up.
Little bit of time. I don't know how much time. Still have to drive from Raleigh, so. Nevertheless, we made it here to Greenville, and I'm excited about it because we've seen some great softball so far.
Mother Nature's played nice tonight after a 6-hour delay, pushing those games back. But good news, we got one more later tonight. ECU in North Texas after this. 0-2 on Williams. Ball just snuck away, and then almost a pad throw. Good save by Mora. Keeping her on her toes from Yates.
I think Chloe Yates probably should have held that ball. Don't really think she had a chance at an out there on that play.
So now with one out, the infield comes in for Florida Atlantic. And the job's done. Williams dumps in a base hit. Back-to-back innings scoring for the Niners. That's Rock the Baby, right?
Sure, we'll call it that. Olivia Williams, this pitch on the inside part of the plate, a screwball that she gets her hands to and on top of. Not great contact, but good enough to score a run.
Charlotte and Wichita State, the two best offenses all year in this league, and the Niners are finding their swings. There's a miss from Jenna Lord.
Autumn Courtney goes to the off-speed pitch there, which we haven't seen much of because she did cruise up until those walks last inning, and so now she knows that these Charlotte hitters are timing her up. She needs to change speeds.
Lord had one of those 4 walks and scored the one run so far. This one's poked out of play.
Honestly, Evan, ever since Coach Brielt talked to Savannah about how this team needed to approach Autumn Courtney, they've made the adjustments she's asked for. They've worked counts deeper, and the hacks that they're taking are so aggressive, but patiently aggressive.
Against Jenna Lord, who's on pace to break the program's single-season batting record and slugging record in a year. Keep in mind, Charlotte in 23 and 24, they were 40-plus wins, really good clubs. Under Coach Chastain, and now Coach Brialt takes over. Patient take here for Lord. The 2-2 pitch was cranked out of play.
That's a pitch that Autumn Courtney says, thank you for being foul because of the speed in which it came off Jenna Lord's bat, but
I would say into the jungle, but there's literally a jungle at the baseball stadium. They call it the home fan base here at ECU. Mark LeClaire Stadium just across the street. That's a rowdy place. Same thing here. So full count to Jenna Lord.
Courtney going to the curveball after Lord fouls off the screwball far into the trees out there in left field. changing planes, a little bit different look there.
Nobody was happier for the rain today than the luscious trees that permeate this outfield. And Lord will test those trees, drives one to the gap. Nice catch. Gibson brings one back. And a double written all over it.
There's so much speed in the outfield for the Owls. Sierra Gibson, no exception. The best part about this, though, is her first step. Look at the angle she takes on that ball. The key, though, Evan, Sierra Gibson waits until the very last second to stick her glove up. That doesn't slow her down at all then. She's able to use every ounce and inch of speed that she has and come back with that ball.
Autumn Courtney praying, are we out of the woods yet? A run in the fifth. Still some work with Tegan Ritchie. Oh, man. Heads up, Oak Tree.
It's that rise with some screwball spin as well, inside on the hands that these right-handed hitters are teeing off on. Now, Jenna Lure did a good job going with the pitch on the outside corner, even though she flew out, but both Lord and Ritchie fighting off that inside pitch.
Autumn Courtney dominated Charlotte in the 2 regular season meetings. But come tournament time, a walk-filled fourth and a clutch hit from Olivia Williams flips the script. Now a tattoo ball out of play.
I would not put anything on the inside part of the plate right now to Tegan Ritchie. Every swing that she's taken on those pitches has been lethal. Luckily for the Owls, they've been foul, but I would work some curves on the outside corner just to keep that ball away, force her to go the other way with it.
Another 1-2. There's some really good contact here from Tegan Ritchie this second time through the order.
She's dialed right now. You can just see the way that she steps into the batter's box. Chloe Yates wasn't even in her squat yet, and Tegan Ritchie is just staring down Autumn Courtney. You can tell she wants this so bad.
She's also bedazzled as all heck. Looks great tonight.
I love it. Glitter eye black. Amazing.
Waits to hard contact at short. And that ends the inning. So Charlotte gets on the board with one more. Florida Atlantic work to do when we come back.
You're watching The American on ESPN. 2-0 lead for Charlotte here as we head to the bottom of the fifth and they take the field for defense. And we talked about how great this Charlotte defense has been this season, and this little baby glove that I've got on is a big reason why. You can see how large the softball is inside this itty-bitty little thing, and this is actually something that Coach Brialt worked with a lot while she was at Nebraska as a player. She was a middle infielder, and that was so impactful for her to be able to develop and sharpen her defense with these gloves and doing work with them. And we've seen how it's impacted this team, and in a game like this where you have Taylor Jones in the circle, she's faced 13 batters, has not logged a strikeout yet. You know she's going to need to have a defense behind her that she is super confident in. And this has been a big piece of their defense this season. They take them on the road, they use them pregame, and it's really made a big impact in their team fielding percentage.
Well, here's the thing with the baby glove, Savannah. When that ball enters the glove, there's not a lot of space for you to be able to field it because of the size of the softball. That's going to create great transition for your middle infield, because when you put on your regular glove, you're used to that small circumference of where it's been. And so creating quick transition, also making sure that you're getting it in this light pocket of your glove as well. So taking those baby gloves and then putting on the big gloves makes a huge difference.
I'm putting Savannah on my infield after that demonstration. Nice work. One away on the fly out to right.
I actually think Savannah is going to take some ground balls with Charlotte post-game with the baby glove. She's been working so hard in the AUSL, and she has to be ready to play with the pros in the summer.
I don't know about that, guys. I mean, this is kind of my warm-up for this summer, but I can't keep up even with a regular-sized glove with these hitters.
Good stuff. Florida Atlantic very aggressive early in counts. We got Savannah ready in the bullpen just in case. And the pitcher's duel continues. Taylor Jones dots it up. Coach Clark had asked her team to not be as aggressive offensively, and yet Jones barely had 50 pitches tonight.
She knows that Jones attacks the zone against her Owls offense. And because of that, she wants them to be more patient.
The Rally Chicken has joined the conversation. The backwards helmets, all the different superstitions to get the bats going. But instead, Charlotte's defense is up for the task. Here's Ritchie again. The club in the Florida Atlantic dugout just looks great, right? You don't even need a speaker system in there. You let those girls go, they'll sing every word as North Texas' squad gears up for tonight's game.
They have a ton of energy. Everybody's loud, yelling. I remember last year in this tournament, they had everything imaginable. There was an owl, prop, super stuffed animal. There were different sunglasses. They had a little bit of everything going on in that Florida Atlantic dugout. It doesn't look like quite as much. They just have that chicken on the fence, which maybe Savannah can figure out where the chicken comes from. But
and we saw chicken in the stands pregame too, right? I mean, it's embraced by this owl community.
I know, I think the chicken in the stands was a yellow chicken, right? But maybe they're siblings. Well, there's an owl fan. I am loving that helmet.
That fan was asking the Greenville fans pregame, can I sit here? Will a Pirate let me sit in this spot, right? Trying to test the waters. There's a base hit for Destiny Johns. And there's the first knock for Florida Atlantic tonight.
It just takes one to get an offense going, and Destiny Johns finally adjusting to what Taylor Jones is throwing. I think you've seen a lot of these Owls hitters trying to crush it into the gaps, and with Jones's drop ball, you're going to generate a lot of ground balls. Well, hit the ball then hard on the ground in a hole. Situational hitting.
Sierra Gibson robbed a base hit last inning defensively, now slots in. And Sierra's power has come at the right time. 6 of her 7 home runs in league play. Had a great month of March and is looking to close her season strong. That one's off the glove of first. And Wynn gets back to the bag in time. Look at this Charlotte defense. Those little gloves are playing a factor for the Niners here through 5.
Election Sunday.
Election Sunday. 64 teams that want to get to Oklahoma City.
Everyone in the country wants to hear their name be called.
I feel like it's just the beginning of a new season.
Join us for Selection Sunday, NCAA Championship Selection Special. Capital One leading the charts, 7 Eastern on ESPN2. Then at 8, the 7 Inning Lives crew has their special as well. The road to Oklahoma City begins Friday, May 15th. Doesn't that feel like tomorrow? February 5th to May 15th, you blink, and 3 months go by, and now regional weekend right around the corner. And great to see Lonnie Alameda back in the business, too, after her battle with cancer.
Oh, absolutely. You love to see her, one of the greatest coaches that this game has seen.
Tournaments all across the country. This tournament wraps up Saturday noon on ESPN2. Fun final brewing, but we got some tickets to punch first. And maybe the first time in this tournament an underseeded team could bust a bracket that's been perfect chalk so far. Audrey Wilson fights that off. Runs in back-to-back innings now for Charlotte have made a difference.
And it's nothing special, right? It's just finding ways to get runners on and then having a big hit in a big moment. Olivia Williams didn't make the best contact of her career, right? But it was just what the 49ers needed to get that second run across.
That bounces away from Johns and a base hit here for Charlotte.
And when you hit the ball hard and make solid contact, good things can happen. That one was hit towards Destiny Johns over there at second base, but because of the speed on which that ball was hit.
So who needs double celebrations in a game like this where there's 3 combined hits?
Right.
We got single dances.
Single celebrations, single TikTok dances that Evan's going to study up on, and we're going to do some tomorrow. He's going to learn what they're all called. He said one was Rock the Baby. I don't know if that one was right. He did miss out on what scuba is, so you're going to have to figure out that one.
Hey, I'm learning.
You are. I really appreciate your effort to grow in this profession, and I think this is the next step that you need to take.
I know how to gritty. That's about it. I'll learn less later.
You're a couple years behind on that one.
Story of my life. So Sydney Lewis, the Energizer Bunny, back in. No player more fun to watch walk than Sydney Lewis. She was heckling Coach Brial in her interview with Savannah, working behind her. But it works. It's been on 4 different times in this tournament. And now a 2-0 count. With the sneaky pineapple lining on her batting grip there. Everyone's got the fashion all over the place.
I know. I think what's really been interesting to watch here with Sydney Lewis is the way that she centers herself before her at-bats.
And then unloads! Lewis is way gone! All it takes is deep breaths and 2-run blasts in the minutes.
Sydney Lewis has been dialed this entire tournament. You knew her time was coming. She just needed to unload on one. And what better of an opportunity than to do it with a runner on base for the 49ers. What did I tell you earlier today? Autumn Courtney's rise ball is great, but if you can get on top of it, this is what happens. An absolute blast and a great celebration from Sydney Lewis to tack on to Charlotte's total.
Heads up to our production truck. That ball was smoked. Selly's never stopping that Charlotte dugout, too. Runs in 3 straight innings. Get the crown going. And a new pitcher now for Florida Atlantic after this tremendous home run. So that's 220 in the wall, probably 250 off the bat at least.
It's the height of that ball, though, too. Like you said, almost hitting our cameras out there in center field, who are first braving the elements, braving the wind, and now they have to brave home run balls from Sydney Lewis. Keeping our production truck busy. They heard a thunderous bang on top of their truck. That's how hard the ball was hit. And Ainsley Lambert, who's 1-2 in this rotation. How about a shocking start here for Charlotte? There was no hits in the game until the 5th inning. And now the Niners can't stop swinging.
Florida Atlantic team has been the top seed the last 2 years, but upset early. And Sydney Lewis needs no music. She can just keep going all day long. All full of the Sellies.
I just love the joy that she's brought to this game the last 2 days. It's been so consistent, right? Whether Charlotte was tied or down there, she's finding a way to just be happy in this moment. And I loved watching her hit. You saw a couple tight shots of her face. Before every pitch, she takes a deep breath, says some words to herself, centers herself, and gets in the box. And finally just finding a great pitch to hit and making incredible contact.
Now London Dirks faces the new pitcher.
Ainsley Lambert has been great in the closer role for Florida Atlantic. I know it's a little bit earlier here, coming in the top of the sixth, but for her, she spins the ball. It's completely different than Autumn Courtney's spin too. It's more of a fluttery wiffle ball like pitch.
You're not kidding.
And that's why it's successful, because there's nothing that you can really do to prepare for the way Ainsley Lambert throws the ball. And it's not as fast as Autumn Courtney. She'll sit around 57 miles per hour, but the way that it moves, it's difficult to get on time with.
The Pro Wiffle Ball League is watching. That's an ESPN Ocho sport. And you see this work from Lambert, who led the country with 11 saves a year ago. Stays up, and a full pitch walk to Dirks.
The one downfall of throwing pitches like that is you might not know where they're going either sometimes, and because of the funky movement and the way that it flutters, Ainsley Lambert will sometimes miss throughout the strike zone. The one thing about her, though, is if you ever sit down and have a conversation with Ainsley Lambert, she is one of the most joyful, happy human beings that you can ever be around. You already heard Savannah talking to her earlier in the game when she was in the bullpen. Ainsley Lambert, again, we talked about Sydney Lewis bringing joy to the game. That's what Lambert does as well.
Ainsley loaned her jacket to Savannah, so she's definitely well-hearted. Here's the first pitch strike.
A season ago, I was down in the dugouts doing some reporting during the tournament, and Ainsley Lambert would give me story ideas. She would show me where the owl was sitting. She would tell me about different players. She was like my insider in the Florida Atlantic dugout.
It is fitting. She's a comm studies major, right? Focused on that journalism track.
She might be taking our jobs one day.
Thank goodness she's good at spinning. The grad senior closing out her career this week, hoping to make a third straight NCAA trip, but some work to do now. Down 4-0 in the sixth. Bunt out of play. What do you got, Savannah?
Well, something that Coach told us about Ainsley that's coming to mind right now, it's that when she goes in, we know we have a shot. And if you watch her, after just about every single pitch, she stops and makes eye contact with the entirety of her infield. So there's some work that this offense has to do, but Ainsley Lambert knows that working with this defense right now, she can keep them in this game and wants them to believe it too.
Just the communication too, not only making the eye contact, you see her gesturing with her hands, talking to every infielder. And that's important, especially when your team is down, trying to keep them together.
Greenville. Two teams that were deadlocked in the regular season. Tiebreaker went to Florida Atlantic. And after Charlotte's win last night, the Niners just keep swinging. Including here, line drive in the gap. Oh, that's got legs, and it's got the wall written all over it. A sharp double. What a swing off the bench here for Chloe Aldridge.
The pinch hitter and Chloe Aldridge coming up big. That pitch low and away, but she pulls it and almost gets enough on it to get it out of the park. Hits the top of the wall. She's fired up now, too, with a double for number 6 on the Charlotte team.
This becomes the danger zone here for Florida Atlantic. This game has gotten offensive quickly. And there's Coach Clark rallying her troops.
And it's so tough if you're Coach Clark and this Florida Atlantic team, because you have so many people who were on this roster a year ago, including your returning All-American pitcher, your leader in saves here in Ainsley Lambert, lots of pieces in the infield and the outfield, and so you just think that, yes, we should be at the top of the conference again. They sneak in there as the 4 seed, but it's hard when you're struggling like this to come in and try to get these young women to believe, hey, we are still in this, we can win this game.
So Lambert just put the shades back on. She had them off earlier. Now we have an issue with Morris wrist guard. All different equipment changes during. Hey, this is Rick Vaughn in Major League, right? Put on the glasses and start throwing heaters.
Listen, sometimes the glasses just help.
That pitch stays up. A 2-run sixth and more threats with nobody out. With a 2-0 count to Savannah Wynn with a light miss starting to fall down here in Greenville.
See the infield there for the Owls pulled in with runners on second and third, nobody out. They have to play on that lead runner in this situation.
Good response from Lambert, who's gone back to the shades where she's dialed in. So tough to hit. Imagine seeing that spinning pitch from the leader and opposing batting average in the league, who lined up as Wynn, the senior veteran. Puts one in play here.
Especially when weather starts to play a factor here, as we are seeing, like you said, Evan, some mist in the ballpark. That's going to create even more spin on the ball.
Oh, this is a Stephen King novel, right? You have balls hitting production trucks, cold, windy weather. Charlotte rising from the ashes to explode in these last 3 innings. And now Wynn pops one up. Here's Gibson, and the runner bluffs to the plate. So the first out recorded.
Great job there by Chloe Yates also to keep that ball in front. You don't want to allow any more runs to score. You have to climb out of a 4-run deficit already. And Ainsley Lambert, when she can spin the ball in the funky way that she does, she can produce pop-ups, which becomes even more important as the weather gets worse, because that's one less thing you have to do to get an out. Then if you get somebody to pop out, just make the catch as opposed to fielding a ground ball and trying to throw it with water in play.
Gerald takes a strike. Jayla's key bunt helped fuel the second run for Charlotte. And you look in the last 3 innings, remember Courtney, 10 up, 10 down, untouchable early. But since then, Charlotte has flipped this script. Now 0-2 count.
You know, this is a team that has seen Autumn Courtney a lot the last 2 seasons, and so it only took them one time through the lineup to be able to figure out her timing and figure out how they were going to hit her tonight.
So the 0-2. Lambert leading this defense. You see the vocal communication. Brad Sr., over the last 2 years, has excelled coming over from Oregon State. Now pitching in very Corvallis type weather. A pop up. Nice job making that catch, 2 away.
You see these Charlotte hitters unable to time up the movement on Ainsley Lambert's pitches. They're out in front, and that's why 2 weak pop-ups back-to-back from Charlotte.
So Olivia Williams gets a big opportunity. I love Lambert infusing confidence in her defense after every pitch.
Savannah made a great point in how she not only looks at them, and then she's also pointing to them as well, talking her team through this.
Falls behind 2-0 to Williams.
And sometimes you need that, especially in moments like this, because you're down 4-0. There needs to be a player on your team who says, hey, we're not giving up yet. I need you right here with me. And Ainsley Lambert wielding her team to stay focused in this moment.
So that 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. Coach Clark calls it a heartbeat of this unit. The last 2 years, nobody better out of the pen in this American Conference than Ainsley Lambert. A nod of respect there on the strike from leadoff hitter Olivia Williams, who grew up an hour from Greenville, up in Wake Forest, North Carolina. An ideal 3-1 count.
That pitch getting away from Ainsley Lambert. Again, she holds on to it too long there, so just flies out of the strike zone.
Base is loaded. As if the All-Conference Jenna Lord needed any more help. Plenty of Niners on the bases here.
This is exactly who you want up if you're Charlotte. Jenna Lord, the former American Conference Player of the Year just a season ago. She earned that honor, and for good reason, right? She can hit for power, she can hit for average, and this year adding to her toolkit defensively.
Redshirt senior slides in. And takes down the middle.
That was the key there for Ainsley Lambert. Start ahead on Jenna Lord. You have nowhere to put her. Now you can work with that movement that you have and paint the edges, but do not leave anything over the plate.
Good save by Yates back there.
We've mentioned Chloe Yates a couple times tonight, just keeping the ball in front in a variety of capacities, not just from pitches, but throws from the outfield, pass balls, just making sure that everything is in front of her to not allow extra runs for Charlotte.
Now a high fly ball. A couple Owls come in, and there's Gibson to make the catch. But Sydney Lewis with a swing that will send vibes from Greenville all the way back to the Queen City.
Sydney Lewis knew this was gone right off the bat. Look at the way she celebrates. Hits the production truck in center field. The 49ers are cooking here in Greenville.
Well, a chance to break a perfect bracket if you're a fan of the top seed. Charlotte has come in storming. 2-run 6th inning. And now Maddie Insko, the NC State transfer, comes in for a pitch hit opportunity. Coach Clark has noted all game long, right? Finding consistent at-bats, not being aggressive early, and here comes Insko off the bench, hitting .300 this year.
You have 6 outs left to play with if you're Florida Atlantic, and so you need to make Charlotte earn those 6 outs against you, and that comes with adjustments. You saw the way that Charlotte was able to make changes at the plate, and if you're Florida Atlantic, you need to do the same. What you've been doing all game long has not worked. See more pitches. Now, that doesn't mean take a strike right down the middle. Attack that pitch, but let the close ones go.
There's strike one as Taylor Jones has been tough to touch tonight. Just 1 hit allowed.
She's worked her locations well. She's also changed speeds here and there. But the most effective part of Jones all night long has been that drop ball. And you see so many of these Owls hitters grounding out. And so if you want to square up that pitch, this is what you need to do. It can't be knees or below. So if it starts at your knees or even thigh high, let it go. Because it's just going to fall off the table and you're going to ground out.
Well, it's above the shoulders there. And a walk for Madison Insko. Now I'm just thinking head, shoulders, knees, and toes, right? It's just running through my mind with a leadoff walk.
It's all about zoning when you're at the plate, right? You're either zoning down or zoning up. And so zoning down is when you're facing the rise ball pitcher, which means, again, letting everything high go, zoning down. And then the reverse when you're facing a drop ball pitcher. Everything below the belt, you're letting go. You're zoning up.
Bella Foran, who this staff said has unbelievable hand-eye coordination, can touch everything in the box. Now works in an 0-2 hole.
That's what makes her great in the leadoff spot, right? She's able to get on base by bunting, maybe by slapping, making good contact and working deep counts, which is what they really need here tonight.
Only 3 strikeouts in league play. Such a tough at-bat at the top of this Florida Atlantic lineup. As Jones continues to mow down hitters. There's Lord. Starts it. And the only play, but a hard one at that.
That's a high softball IQ from Jenna Lord. You know the speed of Bella Foran. Foran chops that right exactly where she wants it. So get that lead runner. You have a better opportunity, especially moving to your glove side.
Kylie Hammonds, the first team all-conference standout, takes one away. Here's a bat who could really change this game for Florida Atlantic. Solid redshirt sophomore, but even better in year 4. And there's a smoke ball the other way. Good start to the 6th inning.
Tegan Ritchie was just a few steps from second base, trying to defend the speed of Bella Foran over at first. And so because of that, Kylie Hammond's just able to slap that through a much wider 5-6 hole.
We told you Kylie's story of embracing the power stroke, but I like there and going to her old school slap style to get the hit.
It's situational hitting and reading the defense. You see Ritchie shaded up the middle, and so you know if you get an outside pitch, hitting it the opposite way, there's so much space for a hit opportunity. A new dance move. What are you naming that one, Evan?
It's the New School YMCA.
Okay.
But it's working.
Cannot confirm or deny if that's true or not, but I like it.
It's a mix of the YMCA and the jumping jack. It's just more. It takes a strike. How do you compartmentalize the rally props and then trying to swing against Taylor Jones, who's been untouchable in this one? Just the second hit for Florida Atlantic a moment ago.
That's the kind of patience Florida Atlantic needs. Jones wants you to swing at that. It's right on the river. Could be a ball or a strike. It's not one that you can square up, though.
And there's a 3-1 count to Jessie Moore.
This pitch needs to be right down the middle if you're taking a swing. Florida Atlantic needs base runners in this situation.
Rare spot of adversity for Taylor Jones. Bases loaded now for Florida Atlantic.
Florida Atlantic has slowed down the at-bats here. They're taking a moment to identify what pitches they want to hit, and that patience has paid off, right? Bases loaded now. And you see Jordan Clark slowing the game down even more, talking to Chloe Yates, saying, hey, look, this is your opportunity. One thing Coach Clark is so good at is getting the most out of her players, and having this conversation with one of the leaders on her team in Yates, I think is such a smart move, especially with how quick this game has been moving, especially while Florida Atlantic's at the plate.
Jordan Clark called March the month of Yates. Chloe was unstoppable in the middle of the year. I'd love to tap into that potential in a bases loaded spot. Charlotte, who scored one in the fourth, one in the fifth, and a huge home run now in the sixth inning. Here are the Owls with a chance to sneak back into this.
And this is why Ainsley Lambert coming in last inning is so important, because she held this team together, just talking them through the opportunity to keep this at a 4-run game. Because guess what? A great swing in the back from Chloe Yates ties the game right now.
Off the glove of first to base hit. And 2 L's score. The ball's kicked around, running through a stop sign for 3. Chloe Yates finds her moment in the 6th.
Too many hitters try to whack a home run in this situation. It's not what the Owls needed. They needed solid contact. Chloe Yates knows this. Here's the curveball, and what does she do? Go with it. Solid contact down the first baseline. It forces this ball to get bobbled around, and you see Jayla Gerald slipping on what could be some wet grass out there. 3 runs across for the Owls on that one.
Jess Moore was having none of that stop sign from Coach Clark. Look at that celebration. Feeling it. 4-3 now in the 6th. And here's Guzman. With Lowry, the new pitch runner, as this game was completely flipped in the 6th.
It's how you respond when your back's against the wall, right? Are you going to crumble or rise to the occasion? And Florida Atlantic knows how to rise to the occasion. They're starting to in this 6th inning.
The only team this Owls team crumbles to is cookies, because they are up for the challenge with Lily coming in to run. Bases clearing double from Chloe Yates. And Taylor Jones is 1-1. It's the zone.
It's a great take, though, from Yanni Guzman again. It's that pitch that Jones wants you to swing at, but it's not one that you can hit well.
There's a swing and a miss. Jones comes right back with her first strikeout of the night.
The first K for Taylor Jones couldn't come at a better time. A curveball away from Yanni Guzman. So much spin to get that strikeout.
Lily Holtje. Out in front, strike 1.
Great decision from Taylor Jones to throw some more off speed here, right? You just gave up 3 runs. Now the Owls are getting their timing down. Pull the pin on that and make them second guess their choice to swing.
A first-year transfer from Queens moves across town to Charlotte and has been tiled in against the Owls tonight. Holtje, who transferred into a championship-level program in Florida Atlantic, but tested down 1. Sneaks it through. Clutch base hit, and this game is tied.
I love this swing from Lily Holtje. Runner in scoring position, a single scores with 2 outs because you know your base runner is getting a good jump on the pitch. There's that curveball again from Taylor Jones, but Dolce hitting it hard right back up the middle. How about this tie ball game, Evan?
Don't sleep on the rally chicken. We've had fish this week, cause rallies. We've had chickens. Everything gets involved.
Two chickens, actually. There's one in the stands and there's one in the dugout. Hannah Rivers is really excited about that chicken, too.
Beautiful bow mixed in, too, on the strike.
Whatever it takes in the postseason.
A 2-out spot for Destiny Johns. Florida Atlantic came crashing out of the gates with some big top 25 wins to start the year, and the inning continues until Gerald helps her out on the assist from Richie. Brand new ball game now, 4-4.
Chloe Yates doesn't want her season to end. Coming up big with the bases loaded. 1, 2, 3, Owls scored. We're all tied up here in Greenville, North Carolina.
So gobble gobble, we got a ball game here. Florida Atlantic a 4-run sixth after Charlotte gets off to an explosive start. Sydney Lewis's home run extended that lead, and just like we thought, a heavyweight fight in this quarterfinal round.
You knew Florida Atlantic wasn't going to go down easily, right? Even though they were trailing by 4, I think the turning point, Evan, really is bringing in Ainsley Lambert. There was just an energy shift in the circle when she came in defensively, and so I think that bringing that team in, then sparking the offense on the bottom half of that inning has really made a difference.
So Tegan Ritchie gets things started. A couple of changes defensively for Florida Atlantic, too. Johns moves to short, and first action of this tournament for McKenna Mulholland, one of the better players in this league. Ainsley Lambert back to work. Oh, wicked turn. Mulholland the scoop. Impressive. Fresh off the bench. And McKenna has some stones.
Let's first take a look at the hop that this ball takes. There's nothing that Yanni Guzman can do over there at first, but her teammate McKenna Mulholland with a beautiful flip. See that low center of gravity so that ball gets to her first baseman as quick as possible? And I mean, the celebration. I don't think I've ever jumped that high in my life, Evan.
Florida Atlantic has come to life since that 4-run six. Audrey Wilson now takes one outside. Andre has exploded as one of the best power hitters in this American Conference. Her 11 bombs compliments Richie and Lord up top. And since Lambert's put the shades back on, Florida Atlantic has found their mojo. Pitches like that.
We've talked about a lot of superstitions, but I'm telling you, if I'm Ainsley Lambert, I am not flipping up those sunglasses until this game is over.
That was 4-0 Charlotte. The shades came on. Boom. The whole game's changed. Winner to take on South Florida tomorrow, the 1 seed. Look at Mulholland. 2 nice plays off the bench.
There's some players who might not start a game and they get down, right? And then when they do get an opportunity to come in, they're upset. Kenzie Mulholland, not that. Sydney Lewis, never upset about anything, especially when she can swing it like that. Providing the pop and the energy and all the good vibes for the 49ers.
And here comes Coach Clark for a quick chat because of that previous home run.
In such a tight ball game, I would love to be a fly on the wall in this conversation because you don't necessarily want to put Sydney Lewis on and then maybe make a run total deeper when you get into the bottom half of the inning, right? That gives Charlotte another opportunity to score not just 1, but maybe 2 runs. On the flip side of it, do you put her on and take your chances with the rest of this Charlotte lineup? You only need 1 more out. And so this is where the fun part of softball comes in, the gamesmanship, the questions, and the decisions that you have to make as a head coach.
Even after supping out of the game, the dance moves never end. The Rivers over there. She's in her groove. Here's Sydney Lewis.
I will say, Evan, I called the Florida Atlantic North Texas series in pregame. Hannah Rivers, McKenna Mulholland, so many dance moves. They also had, I guess they don't have it here with them today, a rubber chicken head that one of them was wearing. So there must be something with the chickens. Savannah, we need you to get on that.
A Florida Atlantic team whose motto is bet on yourself, right? That casino mentality. You're down 4-0, a team that has struggled in these tournaments the last 2 years. Finding ways to flip the script. Whether it's a chicken, a sunglasses, or a clutch bases clearing double. Working around Lewis here.
I don't think they're giving her a pitch to hit already 3-0. You see Chloe Yates set up way outside. It's that intentional walk, but maybe not intentional.
Earns a strike though.
Maybe not. Maybe just trying to work around her and paint the edges. See if Lewis will get herself out.
Well, the last miss. That ball's still traveling all the way to the track here at East Carolina. Look at Lewis hyping up her next hitter. And now on with 2 away.
She's been so vocal these last 2 days, and you can hear it on the mics that are on the field. She tells her teammate, hey, I believe in you, come on. And I think that is so awesome to see, just knowing, all right, look, somebody intentionally walked to get to me. That's not always the greatest feeling as a hitter, but it does give you something to prove, especially when you have your teammate cheering you on like that.
London Dirks gets that motivation and takes strike 1. London's been through the wars here at Charlotte, part of that 24 championship team in the last 2 years. A full-time starter in the outfield. Knows what it takes. Wicked pitch.
That ball didn't look like it was going to be a strike at all coming in. Ainsley Lambert finds the zone.
See the recent champions, 3 in 3 different years. And if you're a 1 seed, there's no guarantee you win this tournament either, which makes it fun. And Florida Atlantic, who's been a top seed in those previous tournaments, well, they try to surprise the bracket, come back and face number 1 South Florida tomorrow. That's what the winner has on tap.
Jordan Clark telling us it's all about perspective. She's telling her team coming into this tournament, hey, it's a 3-game series you have to win. Chloe Yates again, keeping that ball in front in big moments.
All height from all sides of the field. And Dirks gets a crack at it in her senior campaign. Now the 2-2 pitch. Line to left, and the inning continues.
It's hard to get solid contact off of Ainsley Lambert, but London Dirks did just enough to find some grass for a single.
Not been strung out on confidence after that knock. This was a hitless game through 4 innings. And this game's completely flipped in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Lip sync battle begins, and now a pitch runner in. Here for Charlotte, Lillian Berry. And now Sydney, Virginia native comes in. So Chloe Aldridge, who doubled earlier, stays in the lineup, gets another swing at it. Clutch hit for Aldridge. Opened up the attack, made 4-0 Charlotte. Florida Atlantic came back with some clutch swings themselves. And there's Lambert's 0-1. One of 2 freshmen in Coach Brialt's order. Maturing by the moment. Just finished semester finals. Now all softball, all business this week. And a grinded out win against Tulsa last night, 2-0. Here we are in a pitch-for-pitch battle with Florida Atlantic, last year's regular season champs. Make it 3-1.
Chloe Aldridge already done some damage in this game, and now Ainsley Lambert's behind on her 3-1. The thing is, you don't want to load the bases here in this situation, and so you need to bring it to Aldridge, but again, you don't want to leave it too much over the heart of the plate where she can do even more damage.
That 3-1 is popped up, and it stays in the yard. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Florida Atlantic swings for the walk-off when we come back. They say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, the next opponents are within 10 feet of each other. Here's what's cooking. Charlotte 4-4 game, and Later tonight, ECU, the host squad, gets their first crack at the tournament. And if you're South Florida, Wichita State, that rest versus rust conversation starts brewing here in Greenville, North Carolina. Here we are on the bottom of the 7th, 4-4 game. Sierra Gibson and the red-hot Owls just scored 4 last inning. And battled Taylor Jones, who was untouchable. 5 innings and 1 hit ball, and everything flipped in the 6th. Aggressive back from Gibson.
This is a good spot in the order for Florida Atlantic. That bottom 2 to turn it over to your top. And speed, right? Because you just need 1 run to win. And so you want your fastest base runners on in this scenario. And you might not even have to use pinch runners depending on who gets on, because the batters themselves already run well.
Gibson touches 1 foul.
The difficult part, though, getting on base to begin with, which has been hard for Florida Atlantic, except in that 6th inning.
Gibson is 0 for 2 tonight. Works a good count, 3-2.
Discipline is the adjustment that Coach Jordan Clark wanted her team to make, and Destiny Johns doing this leading off the bottom half of the 7th inning.
The 3-2. How about a payoff pitch? Off the glove. And just enough to beat it out. Gerald's great effort, but a leadoff hit for Sierra Gibson.
Jayla Gerald was heroic in her attempt on this ball up the middle. If it's anybody but Destiny Johns running, she might have had a chance at the base runner at first. A full-on range to her backhand side, throwing on the run. But again, Johns
Are you bunting here if you're Madison Inscoe?
Yep, 100%. She didn't square around, but I would 100% bunt in this situation.
Inscoe will transfer over from NC State to play for a championship-level program. Gets a great shot at it here in the 7th. Aggressive hack, and instead a loud first out. Here comes a substitution for Florida Atlantic. Pitch hitter, big spot. Kylie Shelton, the Lexington, South Carolina native, comes in off this bench, and no one loves Florida Atlantic more than that Shelton family.
Shelton had multiple siblings to play college sports as well. She's a transfer into Florida Atlantic.
Her sister Carly plays in South Carolina. Brother Colby played in Florida, right? Baseball, softball, all in their veins. Her mom was a softball player. Her dad played baseball. Like everything you want for Kylie Shelton. She's got it. And what a spot here in the 7th. Aggressive back there.
Kylie Shelton, the Patriot League Player of the Year when she was at Colgate before coming to Florida Atlantic. She knows what it's like to be in these big moments.
On the Maria Tribal Peace Pipeline.
I know, we followed each other to the American Conference.
We thought about a bunt earlier from Florida Atlantic. Did not take at it. And here's the winning runner. Good speed, and Sierra Gibson over at first. Slow roller. That's fair. Hold on, now it's foul. Initially fair. Umpire is confirming was the batter in the box. And now Coach Brialt with questions.
Watch it again right here. That ball hits. Did it bounce before it hit that safety bag is my question.
That would be incredibly difficult to figure out in a challenge situation.
And you need to be 100% sure of your call if you're going to overturn it.
Instead, Shelton gets another swing at it. Replacing the toolsy Bella Foran. Carly Shelton, baseball and softball in her veins from day one. Ropes a base hit, but a late jump gives Dirks time to make the play.
So tough because it looked like maybe Jayla Gerald could jump up and catch this ball, and I think that's why you saw the hesitation over at first base from Destiny Johns.
What could have been. Now runner first, 2 outs for Hammonds.
Because you don't want to be doubled up to end the inning. That ball's right in front of you, but I really don't blame Destiny Johns. There was a moment where I too thought that ball could be caught.
What an effort by London Dirks to make that play too. Otherwise, first and second, 1 out, things could really flip. Here's Hammonds, the most clutch hitter in this Florida Atlantic lineup, working a 3-0 count. Taylor Jones crossing the 100-pitch threshold and issues a walk.
Kylie Hammonds needs to be smart over there at first base because she essentially does not matter. Now, it's a great at bat because that walk advances a runner into scoring position, but whether you're safe or out at first, it does not matter. This base runner, where we're seeing a pinch runner entering the game right now, is the most important part for the Owls.
And the oven mitts of Bella Foran are coming in. Hot and spicy off the bench. Neither team's had much success in these spots today. And here comes a meeting of the minds and a pitching change for Charlotte. So Aubrey Yarnold, who was great yesterday, will replace Taylor Jones. Getting every last ounce of a great start from Taylor, who earned the win against Florida Atlantic in the regular season. Now it's Yarnold's turn to force this game to extras.
Taylor Jones was so effective for Charlotte, but you saw Aubrey Yarnold do a great job just a day ago, and it's a different view for these Owls hitters. You go from a righty to a lefty. And Yarnold's a funky lefty, right? That spin with a curve and a drop will also mix in a screw and occasionally change speeds. And so
a complete game shutout yesterday, too, to shut down Tulsa. And Claire Skaggs' powerful bat.
Kept it under 100 pitches.
There's that winning run for the Owls. Foran re-enters. You know she's going at it on the ground. Anything close, she's going to push it.
Here's Charlotte in this scenario too. You have first and second, 2 outs. The outfield needs to be shallow. You cannot let anything loop in front of you. The Owls hit the ball over your head. Kudos to them. They did their job. They won the game. But in this scenario, we need a shallow outfield to not allow not only the loop hits, but a ground ball up the middle can score somebody with speed like Foran. So it needs to be tight for Charlotte.
What a spot for Jessie Mora, who stayed at Florida Atlantic. Passed up portal opportunities to be one of the best players in Florida Atlantic history. Can she make her moment in the 7th? A 4-run 6 as the Owls right back in it. And now the 1-0 pitch. With an outfield that's playing so deep, Charlotte's putting the game on the line right here.
No, I just think I would have them more shallow in this situation.
Jessie Mora, who's an elite compartmentalizer in the box. That's the 3-0 count.
I can see Jordan Clark giving Jesse Mora the green light here. But again, you need to be so confident in the pitch that you choose to swing it.
Moore is ready to go right now. Game-winning situation in the 7th. Yarnall's 3-0. A good take.
It's a good take, though. If you're not 100% sure, do not waste that pitch. You have a runner in scoring position.
Jesse Mora, the 4-year starter with a 4 seed, who trailed by 4. Here's the 3-1. Play.
I like that hack there. I think that's a good pitch to swing at 3-1. It's one that you can drive in the gap to score the runner from second. But again, in this situation, 3-2, this now benefits Florida Atlantic because Bella Ferran on second base can start on
the payoff. Line to left. Game winner. Florida Atlantic coming up clutch as the 4 seed.
Two outs, runner in scoring position, bottom of the 7th inning. These are the plays that you practice in the backyard with your siblings, just waiting for the moment to meet you. And Jesse Mora does just that. An incredible at-bat, Evan, walking it off for her team to send them to the next round.
Florida Atlantic's kryptonite, tournament clutch games. Well, they fixed it with a 4-year starter in Jesse Mora. There is a review here if the runner left early. So the game's not over just yet. And if Ferran did leave early, that'd be an out. So it would keep the game going, which is interesting.
Be the 3rd out of the inning, but I think they were challenging the runner on first base leaving early and not Bella Ferran, so that would have been Kylie Hammonds over there at first.
An interesting nuance to what could be, right now, is a walk-off winner.
And you know, I think this is smart by Courtney Briel. Try everything, right? If you lose the challenge, at least you try.
The most anticipated review of the night for Chelsea Clark, our crew chief.
Let's see. No, her foot's still on the base when that ball was released. So for a runner to leave early, their foot needs to not be on the base if the pitcher still has the ball in her hand. So there's the ball in her hand. Her foot is clearly on first base.
Jesse Mora waiting for the celebration to begin officially. What do you got for us, Chelsea Clark? That's it. Florida Atlantic officially moves on to the semifinals.
We just wanted to add a little bit of drama to this game and to this broadcast. But
so nice they get to do it twice.
The second celebration for Florida Atlantic, and they move on. But what a credit to this Charlotte team, Evan. They gave everything they had, so much excitement and liveliness in that dugout. Sydney Lewis providing such a spark for this team, and Taylor Jones throwing a gem.
Charlotte had a 4-0 lead, but give Florida Atlantic all the credit in the world. Feisty finish for an Owl team that had not matched its preseason numbers in the conference. Well, here they are, 2 wins from the tournament title.
They needed to get over the hump of playing this American Conference tournament. They weren't able to do it as the 1 seed, Evan, the number 4 seed. They're playing into that rest versus rust, shaking off the rust in their first game here in Greenville.
No teams have more wins the last 3 years than Florida Atlantic, and this fan base is ready for tomorrow, 1 o'clock, with South Florida looming. Now it's sticker time. How about that? All the top seeds keep moving on in this tournament. This one was not easy, though, for Florida Atlantic. There's Savannah in the madness, ready to talk to Jessie Moore. Savannah, take it away.
Jessie, your senior season is still alive. How great was it to celebrate it not once but twice?
Yeah, so it was awesome. I mean, I knew I had the belief from my teammates, my coach Jordan keeping me calm in my last at bat, and just God knows, and he did his work, and I'm really happy.
Third AB of the day. The ones before that don't matter. What's going through your head in the approach of knowing I want to win this time?
Honestly, I was just thinking C-ball, hit ball, get on top, and honestly, I was just swinging to do damage. Just hit the ball hard. It's gonna go somewhere.
Okay, I'm glad this chicken is here. What is that? We've been wondering.
It just I don't know. Joe grabbed it, and it's just.
If it helps you in ball games, it works. Jessie, I guess take this stuff back to the dugout and go celebrate.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Jessie's the equipment manager now, carrying everything off the field, not just the walk-off hit. So Florida Atlantic and South Florida, two great rivals, get to battle it out tomorrow, and then nightcap. ECU, the host team, with North Texas looming tonight.
I'm just glad we finally found out about the chicken, Evan. That was the most pressing question of the broadcast. But yes, in all seriousness, that battle of the Floridas tomorrow, and we have such a great matchup coming up tonight. North Texas winning the series against East Carolina, but the Pirates playing some great ball as of late, and they get to do it on their home field.
How about our third walk-off of this American tournament? So much fun. Dancing from the start of things. Charlotte had a quick lead here in Greenville. But don't sleep on the Owls. They're nocturnal. They came to play when the sun set here in our quarterfinal round. For Maria Tribal Peace and Savannah Collins, Evan Budrovich, this is a presentation of ESPN. The Owls win it in walk-off fashion.